let's make it make sense. The lady that was with Mary Abila, the lady that died in the home of the Minister of Works in Nigeria, David Umahi, the lady released her own statement, which she wrote at the High Court of Justice in Ebonyi State. And she wrote in that statement that they were together in the same chalet, but in separate rooms next to each other. This is what she wrote. Number 6 is where I am right now. We stayed in the same staff chalet in our respective rooms, which are next to each other. And then she wrote in number 7 that Mary Abdullah went to make her hair and came back to show her in her room. After they joked about it, Mary told her that she was tired and she wanted to take a shower before sleeping. And that was the last time that they saw each other for the night. Number 8 says, the following morning, when I did not see her as usual, I called her phone, but the call was not going through. And then I left my room to knock on her door, which was locked from the inside, but there was no response. Then I became apprehensive and instructed a domestic servant to search for her around the house. Number 9, she was not found anywhere in the house, so I alerted everyone and a thorough search began, which led to forcing her door opened. Lo and behold, she was found on the floor close to the door. That she was eventually rushed to David Umahi Federal University Hospital, where she was confirmed dead on arrival. Okay, so this is what the lady said. Remember, she said that she lives next door to Mary Abila. Meanwhile, the minister gave his own side of the story at a press conference, and going by his words, he sounds like the minister knows more about what happened in her last hour than her friend that was sleeping next door.
She spoke to her boyfriend at the hour of her death and complaining that she was bleeding.
How did the minister know that she spoke to her boyfriend at the hour of her death? Even the friend did not put all this. I'm not accusing the minister of anything. I'm just saying. Now, wow.
At the hour of her death and complaining that she was bleeding from the nose.
So she told her boyfriend that she was bleeding from the nose at the hour of her death. So what was done if she was bleeding? Because according to her friend next door, by the time they found her, she was already dead. But according to the minister, she was still calling her boyfriend when she was bleeding through her nose. So did the minister take her to the hospital?
The boyfriend said, no, you have to report. You say it has stopped. So the boyfriend said, listen, I will not continue this conversation since you are bleeding. It will increase the bleeding. And she told the boyfriend, don't cut the call. The boyfriend cut the call.
So if she was bleeding through her nose, did they now take her to the hospital? And why would the boyfriend cut off the phone? If you have a girlfriend, she's bleeding through her nose, you're not there, will you now cut the phone? Or will you make sure that she gets medical help? It's not adding up that the boyfriend will cut off the phone when she was bleeding.
And 3 minutes later, the boyfriend called again.
How did he know it was 3 minutes after that the boyfriend called back?
And the boyfriend called again. She was not responding. And even in the morning, she told the boyfriend she was going to bath because she locked her door. So even in the morning, when they broke the door and discovered her dead, the tap was still running.
So maybe it was the boyfriend that told the minister all this. We don't know. But all I know is the minister happens to know a lot more than the lady next door to her room.
He also said she was receiving treatment.
There are medical records in Turkish hospital. The last one was on 5th of April. And it cost me 2.2 million. Records are there. I paid 2.22 million. So that is it. So I don't want to go because it's like a daughter that died.
Okay, so according to the minister now, this lady has been sick for a while. She was receiving treatment in Turkish hospital. And then he said he paid 2.2 million. So can he explain that? Was that just out of goodwill, out of charity? Or is this something that they do for everybody that works with him? Like him taking up her hospital bill, 2.2 million. That's a lot. So on what basis? Or is this just something that he does for everybody that works for him? We're not insinuating anything. But this man is saying a lot of things that the journalist in here should have asked follow-up questions. How come you are the one paying her hospital bill? Meanwhile, he now said he will be suing people that are reporting about this, insinuating that maybe he has something to do with it. He calls it cyberbullying.
I've directed my lawyers to get across to two, people on cyberbullying on this matter. So we're going to test the law on that.
So he wants to start suing people that are reporting about it. And I just want to say real quick that imagine if such a thing should happen in the home of Peter Obi. I know that he's not an elected official, but imagine if they carried out the dead body of a nurse from his home. What do you think would have happened? Because right now, all the lawmakers, nobody is saying anything. This thing happened since June. July is almost ending. Not once has this man been invited for questioning. Again, nobody is saying that he's the one that did it. But under this kind of circumstance, it shouldn't be that this matter will be swept under the carpet. But you know what? As outraged as Nigerians are, you have to see her father talking. It's unbelievable.
I am Tonko Habila Wisdom, the father of late Mary Habila. Just as my barrister have just said, I don't have much to talk in this case. All that I want is the death of my daughter. We don't keep death of a little child up to so long, just like this. So that is why I'm here to say it once again and for all. I need the corpse of my daughter to take her for burial. That is what I'm standing on. That is why I said I don't want the autopsy. That's why I'm demanding the corpse of my daughter to go and bury her now.
So basically, the father is saying that they don't want autopsy done, and he's asking that her body must be released so that they can bury her. A lot of people are saying this is strange.
No, sir, if you are demanding for the cost to that autopsy, and his family are not pressing charges because there are allegations that probably are death will have been caused by some circumstances. So what is the position of the family on this matter?
The position of the family in this matter is, I just have said, we are of the truth. We need the corpse of this daughter. We don't want that autopsy that they are talking about. Yes, sir.
Are you suspecting anybody?
I am not suspecting anybody because that can occur. Even as we are standing here, one can fall here now and die. So we are not suspecting anybody. It has happened. It has happened.
Wow. The man standing next to them in the suit, did you hear him say something about pressing charges?
So what is the position of the family on this matter?
The position of the family in this matter is, I just have said, we are of the truth. We need the corpse of this daughter. We don't want that autopsy that they are talking about. Yes, sir.
Are you suspecting?
I thought I heard we're not pressing charges, but he said something about not pressing charges.
Yes, sir.
I don't know who he is, but wow. I mean, as much as Nigerians are trying to fight for justice for Mary, when you listen to what the father said, you're just like, what? It is now the minister that is saying, no, they should do autopsy. And the family is like, no, we don't want autopsy. Anyways, I'm curious to know what you guys think is going on. Another thing that I want us to talk about is this how every government official gets a nurse and a physiotherapist attached to them? Because remember, we talked about how this lady was posted to the Ministry of Works. How she ended up having a room in his house still baffles me. Maybe there are people that can explain. Her friend, Anita, she says that she's the physiotherapist, that Mary was a nurse.
My name is Anita Baki, colleague of late Mary Habila. She's a nurse. I'm the physiotherapist here. She's a nurse. We have been working under the minister for so long, over 3 years.
So does that mean that ministers all get a nurse, a physiotherapist? Do they also get a doctor? Because when you look at the situation of things now in Nigeria, the brain drain, we don't have enough doctors, we don't have enough nurses attending to people. I've seen people that I know personally that went to the ER at the general hospital and only one doctor was on duty. So why would a minister have a nurse in his house, have a physiotherapist in his... A physiotherapist is not someone that you just see every day unless you have an injury. Is there some kind of injury that the minister is dealing with that we are not aware of, that is making it impossible for him to do his work? So much so that a physiotherapist has to have a room in his house, so much so that a nurse had to have a room in his house. And does he also have a medical doctor assigned to him when we don't have enough doctors or nurses attending to the people? Honestly, we have to do something about the brain drain in Nigeria. It's gotten really bad. We don't have enough medical practitioners anymore. Not just that, the infrastructure is nothing to write home about. I don't know if you saw the video of the general hospital in Lagos that flooded. This thing happens every year. The flood happens every year. I know that anywhere can be flooded, but when it is now an annual event, that's no longer an accident. That's no longer being caused by nature. That is being caused by corruption. The fact that we have refused to do the needful